Today we're going to be interviewing PattyCosplay. How are you doing?
Hi, I'm good, doing good, and you?
Doing well. And you are cosplaying as
Panther from Persona 5.
Panther from Persona 5. I've never actually seen the anime yet. I need to get into that one.
It's super good. I recommend.
I've heard it's really well made.
It
So,
is.
how did you discover cosplaying in the first
Um,
place?
Through my cousin back in 2014.
Okay.
Yeah, it was more like I watch anime and like do this kind of like dress up thing, and I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. And then she was like, yeah, you could try mine on and see if you like it from there.
Nice. That's
Yeah.
pretty cool. So, what was your first official cosplay?
CL from Black Butler, but like Lady CL.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah, she was my tutor Sebastian.
Nice. That's pretty cool. So, are you working on some cosplays currently?
Oh God, I am
It's
working
like
on so
so
many currently.
many. I think that's
I
what a lot of people are saying now because it's like it's the pandemic. I have time.
Yeah, yeah. It's more so like I look at something, I'm like, oh my God, this is so cool. I can do this right now. And then
Mhm.
like I have like five other like projects I'm doing, and I'm just like, I can totally do this.
I think that's what a lot of people are doing because they have the time or they have the more
Yeah.
everything. So during the pandemic, have you been affected by it a lot or no?
Um. Yes, but no. Like I'm luckily have I'm stable financially, but I do not have a job currently because of it.
Mm, that stinks. So
Yeah.
what were you doing before?
Making tacos.
Tacos.
I was also a bartender.
Hey, bartending is a lucrative profession. I remember
Yeah.
when I was a bartender a while back ago. I made $100 in one go. In
I
one go,
I
this
wish.
lady just slipped me $100. Is like, there's your tip. I'm like, wait, you do know this is $100 and not a 10, right? You do know. And she's like, yeah, that's cool. I'm like, all right, she's gone now.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
wish. I worked one time as a bartender there, and it was in the morning because they needed someone from the morning shift.
yeah.
And all I got was like $20 for that whole like 6 hour shift, and then like creepy stares from older men. It was awful.
Yeah, that's what you got. You gotta monopolize on that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta monopolize. Well, my wife, she was a bartender, and she used to rub glitter, and she's like, "What? What do you want?" And they're like, "Here's $20. Sure, take my money." I was like, "Okay, whatever."
That's smart. That's
Hey,
smart. I like
the
that.
way I see it, if you've got it, flaunt it. If you whatever,
Exactly.
and same thing
Yep.
in cosplay, right? Same
Yeah.
thing in cosplay is like a lot of people are very um turned off or like perturbed by cosplayers who show off their body a lot. And
Yeah.
I'm like, why? Don't be
No.
jealous. Don't be
No. If they
jealous.
have it, show it off. If you're comfortable with it,
If you're
do it.
comfortable with it, it doesn't matter to you
Yeah.
if they wear something risque. It's not
Exactly.
now now if you're like risque at a kid birthday party, okay, maybe
Oh
you need to tone
yeah.
it down just a little
Yeah.
bit.
Yeah,
But
definitely.
I'm just saying. So have you ever been in a cosplay contest?
No, but I've almost entered at least three different times before.
Almost entered. What's that
Yeah.
mean?
Like, I decided I wanted to with my cousin at the time, at least three different times at three different conventions.
Nice.
Um, but like, she would chicken out last minute, or her friend was like, "Oh, I don't want to do it," or something like that, and it was just never complete, I guess.
Yeah, it happens a lot. So
It
what
does.
what current projects are you working on right now?
Oh God. A lot of Fire Emblem ones. A lot. I'm also working on fixing or like altering some of my cosplays, like Tiki,
Okay.
um, and Christmas stars are definitely. Uh, but I have so many. I have a list I keep.
Wow. So what's your favorite one you're working on right now?
KDA Ari.
Okay. So apparently Diani Hopewell says you need to clean your room.
I do. It's a little messy. Two people live in a small dorm.
Oh, you're at a dorm, huh?
Yeah.
That's cool. So, like, how is that for college? Are you back at college now?
Yeah, all of my classes are online currently though. Other than that, like I said, there's two people live in this dorm. It's a little messy.
So, are you like guys like bubbling or something, whatever they call it? I don't know.
I guess.
Bubble. What is it called? Bubble living, or like where you guys got to live in a bubble?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I guess so. I mean, it's not too small, but I mean, it's not big either.
So no coronaviruses. Good. Good.
Nope.
Yeah, that's good. So but I think back east, you guys have a handle on the virus more than out west here.
I'm
Um,
not. I haven't kept up with it lately. I just usually stay indoors, and I probably should keep up on it more. But last time I read, our numbers were going down, but I don't
yeah,
know.
that's nice. That's good. So what do you think is the future of cosplaying because of the pandemic?
Uh, I don't see it like shrinking or going away. I definitely see it still growing, if that's an answer.
I think for the most part, people are gonna cosplay even more because
Yeah.
they have the time. They have
Hmm.
there's virtual cons or
Yeah.
there's virtual meetups and everything like that. But
Yeah. I don't.
how about with photo shoots? Are you still doing photo shoots and everything?
Um, I am, but I only have like one person taking my photos.
Mhm.
I do have another photographer next month who I'm gonna work with for the first time. But I assume he's gonna wear a mask. I'm definitely gonna wear a mask. We're gonna be 6 feet apart, hopefully, and hopefully everything goes well and we're not by a bunch of people.
It's good that like you say you're gonna be wearing a mask, they're gonna wear
Hmm.
masks, because a lot of the younger generation, no offense, have caused a lot of headache with
Yeah,
this coronavirus thing, and I think it's more and more college students are they're fed up. They're fed up of
yeah,
being trapped indoors and you can't do the wild parties like the
hmm,
college experience or something.
yeah,
I know that a lot of parents right now are like, oh, thank God, because there's always the fear that they're gonna party too wildly,
yeah.
But when you do photo shoots, are you going to locations or are you more of a green screen type of cosplayer?
I have not worked a green screen yet. My cousin has recommended like backdrops and stuff that I'm planning on trying out, but I normally go out to local places.
Nice.
Um, but I try to make sure it's in a area where no one is, just to
Okay.
be safe. And plus, if it's like a cosplay like Panther, you know?
Oh, that's cool. Yep. So have you gotten your roommates involved in your cosplay?
No,
They're like, no,
no,
I
no.
refuse. No.
More
It's
so
good.
like they're all dudes, so it'd be a little weird.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
The cosplay is not for dudes.
No, no, I'm not saying that because a lot of guys definitely cosplay. My boyfriend actually is very into cosplay with me.
Oh, that's
It's
good.
just more so like they have different hobbies that are not anime, cosplay
Yeah.
stuff.
Well, like a lot of it's funny because when I started, getting to cosplay myself, when my daughter, she told me that I had to watch a lot of anime. And I go, why? And she's like, because you'll get more ideas for characters. And I'm like,
Yeah,
oh, okay,
that's
that's
true.
that's true. Yeah, it's just
Yeah,
technically true. Okay. So
that's how I
yeah, I'm
started.
I'm a noob when it comes to anime. So for me, it's just like, what? I'll cosplay as Spider-Man, or I'll cosplay as like Link from Legend of Zelda.
Hmm.
More game cosplays.
Yeah, that's how I
Um,
kind of. That's
yeah,
how I am now, kind of.
nice. So, is there a type of character that you cosplay frequently?
Oh God, probably Tharja or Tiki the most
Mm,
from Fire Emblem. It's
nice.
it's pro- oh God, I feel so bad for my followers on Instagram because it's probably Tiki or Tharja like half of the time.
Oh yeah. Well, it doesn't matter as long as you look good in your cosplay and people like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like that streamer that always plays League of Legends or that or always plays COD, Call of Duty or they like it.
Yeah,
They're enjoying it. They're making it look good. So hey, there you go.
and as long as you have fun.
Yeah, exactly. So, do you have any favorite cosplayers?
I have a couple. I can't remember off the top of my head, but uh, Yana Hana, if I'm saying that right,
Uh huh.
is one of them. Obviously, I mean she's well known. Um, like I said, I can't remember everybody off the top of my head, but I do have uh a good amount of favorite
Nice.
cosplayers.
Yeah. So, what is the most detailed cosplay you've done?
The one I'm currently making, which is from Fire Emblem Fates,
Okay.
Makoto, I believe, is how I pronounce it.
Okay.
Uh, it is so detailed. I am actually very afraid to work on it further.
Oh, really? Why is that?
Yeah. Um, there's a lot of taken in with the dress, a lot of armor that I need to make for the stomach. A lot of
Uh,
details for
yeah.
like underskirts and like just very small details on like the dress as the collar area and stuff like that. And
Nice.
like I said, I'm very afraid to touch it.
Yeah, it's always scary when you're working on a cosplay that's like intricate and you're afraid you might break it or some things.
Yeah.
So, what are some tips that you can offer when making a cosplay? Some craftsmanship tips.
Do not get frustrated. I know it's very easy to do that, but if it helps to walk away and do something else
Mm.
that gets your mind off of it, that's great. Have fun with it. Work as much as you want. Don't overdo yourself.
Nice.
It doesn't have to be perfect either.
Yeah, a lot of people like to get that perfection factor.
Yeah, I'm one of them, but I just have to keep reminding myself that it doesn't need to be perfect.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't need the perfection unless you're in a perfection contest.
Yeah.
Then it has to be.
Yeah.
So, do you have a horror story of cosplay?
Uh, yeah. I mean, I had one recently, but this one many people don't really know. So I was at a convention in Miami about 4 years ago,
Hmm.
and I think I was cosplaying Naruto at that time. And there was this guy who had met my cousin and I, and he was following us around that one year. And the next year, he had messaged us seeing if we were going. And he was so creepy from before that we kind of just told him,
You're
no,
like,
we don't know
nah,
if
we're
we're
good. We're
going.
good.
Yeah. Yeah, so then we were like, yeah, I don't think we have the money because we were like 16 and we didn't
Yeah.
really have jobs then. And
Yeah.
so he was just like, oh, well, we can just pitch a tent behind a hotel and we can just like go into the bathroom and like clean up. And I was like, oh, I'm good. Like, I'm
Red
16.
flag. Red flag.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, no, it's scary on how many people are just creeps
It
over at
really is.
conventions sometimes, and
Oh,
they don't understand that these people that go there and dress up are 16, 17, 15
yeah.
years old. Like this one girl, it was funny. My friend and I, we were at the quote unquote rave at the end of the cosplay convention, and I'm all like dancing with my bud, just having fun, and and all of a sudden this girl comes up to me and starts dancing with me. I'm like, whoa, whoa, what the heck? And I knew right away this girl looks young. I'm like, okay, whoa, how
Yeah.
old are you, dude? And she's like, I'm 15. I'm like, you need to stay the hell away from me. I'm
Yeah.
I'm like
Oh,
37, dude. You're knocking the frick off. That's my kid, you know.
it is so crazy that
And then I'm
people
thinking
just,
in the back of my head,
uh,
my kid's not going to one of these things. No.
no, no, oh, no.
And so it's so creepy when people come up and like, "Hey, can I take your picture?" "Oh, hey, you're very beautiful." "Oh, yeah, you're very."
Yeah.
I was like, "Dude, no. Before you make those comments,
Yeah.
might want to check their age, dude."
Oh yeah.
And
I definitely had a lot of people come up to me when I was younger, ask for pictures, and I'm okay with pictures. But when you start saying, "Oh, you're very beautiful. Can I get your number?" to like someone who's 15 or 16,
you're like,
yeah, no.
dude, creep.
Yeah, no.
No, exactly. But then again, should 15, 16-year-olds be going by themselves to conventions?
uh I don't know. I kind of have mixed feelings on it. I mean, I think they should be able to,
Yeah,
especially
now
if the
that you're
parents.
older and you're like,
Yeah,
you know,
especially if the parents or like any guardians are not kind of really into the convention. I feel like if you go by yourself, you have more freedom. But when I was 15, I still had somebody. They had to come up with us until I was like 17.
yeah,
And, like, it was either my aunt or like my cousin's dad. Somebody always came with us because they did not want us to be alone. But
yeah.
once they
You
were at
never
the
know what,
convention, yeah. But
yeah,
once they were in the building with us, they would let us go do our own thing.
yeah. Do your thing, come back, meet.
Hmm.
It's like letting your kids go free at Disneyland. Go have fun. Leave us
Yeah.
alone. Come back at like 3 o'clock.
Yeah, just to check in or text us or something, make sure you're okay.
Yeah. So, what about a funny cosplay story? Have you ever had a funny cosplay story?
Uh, I've had many. I can't think of one off the top of my. I guess I could. I mean, I've gone to like, I think they're called like a Gachi Muchi like panel.
Okay.
Uh, I guess that was kind of funny.
Yeah.
I mean,
So, what's a
just
gachi
the jokes.
muchi
Oh
panel?
God.
What do you do there?
Uh,
He's like, I don't want to say.
um.
Yeah. All right.
Well, it's.
Hey, if you don't want to say, you don't want to say. It's all good.
I just don't know how to explain it well. It's kind of more like a gay porn kind of meme thing that
Okay.
goes on.
Okay. So it's
A lot
it's
of
a lot of funny stuff goes
yeah,
on.
and a lot of people just go and like they take the videos and they just like make like Goku on it or like Naruto or some animation on it or something very funny.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember one panel that my daughter and we were at a convention, and my daughter at the time was 15, and we were at the convention, and this person was like, "Hey, come into our panel." I'm like, "Okay, whatever." And we saw just, fan fiction Harry Potter. I'm like, "Okay, cool. Nice." And then all of a sudden we're sitting there, and all of a sudden they say, "Oh, hey, and we're gonna go and do this fan fiction," and they start being all adult. And then I realized, oh, this is an 18 plus panel. I'm
Oh
like,
no.
my daughter's over there laughing her ass off, and I'm like, like, you don't tell your mother, you don't tell your mother. Yeah. So, but the thing is like, that's what we miss with the conventions. We're missing
Yeah.
all of that, the panels, the fun that we're having. So, what do you think is the future of that? Do you think we're going to go back to conventions,
Yeah.
or,
Uh
eventually?
Eventually, I mean, I think they were talking about like conventions opening next year, but you would have to wear a mask and I see people going because a lot of people miss it. I don't think I would be one of them
Yeah.
that would go back.
Do you think
Not,
yeah, do you think it's going to be a limited capacity, or do you think
I would hope so.
yeah, it's or I hate when you're trying to get concert tickets or theater tickets and you
Hmm.
go on the thing, you refresh the page, and it's like sold out. You're like,
Yeah,
"Oh, what?" Like
I
50 million
definitely,
people buying tickets.
I definitely think that's going to happen with conventions.
Yeah, possibly. So, what is the best in character interaction that you've had while in cosplay?
Uh, I was dressed up as Anna and Elsa, I believe, in 2016. My sister was Anna and I was Elsa,
Hmm.
and I think it was the best when little kids come up to you and they're just like, oh, Elsa, Anna, can I get your picture? We love you so much, and I think that's really
Nice.
heartwarming because they think you're the actual princess and you get to like take pictures with them and make their dreams kind of come true.
Yeah. So, Diani says that it's going to
Oh,
be a long time till panels and conventions go back to normal until this goes over. That's how, they think. Yeah, no,
that's good.
it is true. It is true because it is a scary thing because you never know what's going to happen. Like, kids are going back to school and then they come back a week later and say, well, 2,000 kids got infected with COVID. And
Hmm.
you're like, what the fudge? you
Yeah, it's
know,
definitely crazy.
but you never know what's going to happen in the next month or two.
Yeah.
Maybe we have a new president, maybe not. I don't know.
Hmm.
You know, it's all about what's going to happen in the near future. So,
Hmm.
uh, what are your go-to stores for materials for cosplays?
Joanne's Fabrics. I really love the store. It's big. There's a bunch of fabrics and stuff. If I buy my cosplays online, it's costumes usually.
Nice.
Um, they're usually big, so I don't have to alter them or anything, but that's not too big. But I think those are my two go-to stores if I'm making or buying a cosplay.
Yeah, I think the worst outfit that I got was from Me Costumes.
No, really?
Yeah, I got a Deadpool cosplay that was just horrible. I
Oh
was like,
no.
wow, this is so. I'm like so crazy. The lycra material was just really cheaply made, and I'm like, wow.
I
But
mean, the
you
one
never
I'm
know.
wearing, it's from there, and it's
But
kind of
that's shiny, whereas this lycra material was uh very stretchy and wasn't shiny. It was just like fabric. And I'm like,
right,
this is not good. Because yeah, you look
right.
at Deadpool and you think that type of material would be good.
Hmm.
Maybe because I spent $30 on it. Maybe. I guess you get what you pay for in cosplay, right?
Yeah, definitely.
No, yeah. And then so I was like, yeah, I need a quick Deadpool cosplay. Sure.
Yeah, at least have
Nope.
some quick.
Hey, it lasted a convention. That's all I care about.
Yeah.
And so have you ever lost something at a convention? Like a piece of your cosplay or a prop?
Um, maybe like a hairpin or something. Not
Mm.
really like anything big.
Nothing expensive.
Yeah, thankfully. I've
That's good.
lost people at conventions, if that counts.
Yeah, losing people is a normal thing, I think.
Oh, I didn't know that until I lost the people I was with, and then it was game over for me. I had a panic attack. It was awful.
Yeah. So do you like to go to conventions solo or do you like to go as a group?
Both.
Yeah.
Um,
Maybe one
if
day with a group and another day with yourself by
uh,
yourself.
kind of like if I like people, but like not too many people.
Hmm.
So if it's like more than like 8 people, I'm gonna start like get a little anxious. But if it's just like me for a bit, I'm good, and then come back to people later.
Yeah.
I'm better off with like one on one or like 102, like nothing too big.
Nice. So if you ever had a chance to meet your all-time favorite cosplayer, who would it be and what would you say?
I think it would be Yana Hana just because she's very talented, and I would probably ask or tell her, teach me how to do
It's
this.
like teach me, master. I think that's like a lot of people. They see those cosplayers who are making these cosplays and
Hmm.
making a living off the photos that they take and everything. You know, and that's why I like a lot of cosplayers are getting creative with this whole OnlyFans
Hmm.
stuff and Patreon and saying support my habit. It's kind of like can you imagine if like a druggie comes comes like support my habits, please? I'm jonesing for a new cosplay. It's like it's pretty funny. But hey, the cool thing is they offer you. I'll send you a print if you support me monthly, and
Hmm.
it's really cool that they're getting
It is.
creative with how they're advertising themselves.
Yeah.
Um, so apparently, Diani says that you guys have to hang out soon and play Rainbow Six.
I mean, I'm down. I haven't seen him since like middle school, so
Wow, since middle school?
I
As
think
in,
I think it's been middle school. I think it's been like 8th grade.
yeah, wow, that's pretty cool. Like, you still remember people from that. Well, then again, you're
Only
just
certain
barely
people. Only
you're
certain people.
barely in college, so
Yeah, only certain people I choose to remember.
it's like if you're toxic, I don't remember you.
Exactly.
Exactly, makes sense. So, have you ever done a cosplay panel before?
I have. I did my first one. I think it was at Holiday. Um, it was a Disney panel because I'm a big Disney fan.
Nice,
And I've also assisted with my boyfriend's who's done 2 Fire Emblem panels recently.
cool. That's
Yeah.
nice. So, have you ever had a Um, have you ever had the chance to make your ultimate dream cosplay yet?
No.
So what would that be?
It's from a game called Fire Emblem Tokyo Mirage Sessions. It's not a big popular game because it's more like
Hmm.
a spin-off.
Okay.
Um, but there's a character named Subasa, and I think the dream cosplay would be the white dress she wears. It's kind of like a wedding dress kind of thing, but
Hmm.
it's very big, very kind of like has a long tail, kind of like a poofy tail, and she's like a white flower crown on, and it's like
Nice.
super pretty, but like nowhere sells it because the game's not that popular, and like I'm very bad at like making my own stuff, so like it's more of a dream.
No, it makes sense. Yeah, it's the biggest thing is trying to get the pattern,
Yeah,
made.
yeah,
And with a lot of anime cosplays, they don't have the pattern readily available. It's like, of course, like if you want to make your own Spider-Man outfit, there's a pattern. If you want to
yeah.
make your own Link cosplay, there's a pattern.
Hmm.
Doctor Strange, there's an actual Doctor Strange pattern.
Yeah.
And whereas anime is just like you gotta come up with your own idea.
Yeah, I think that's the best part about making your own cosplay, though, is you get to make your own patterns and you get to make it the way you want it. So if you wanted to like change something about it or like add something that you think would make it pop, you get to
Yeah.
do that.
Yeah, it's funny because my wife, she made this dress behind me. She made it completely freehand. She didn't even use a pattern.
Whew.
And a lot of people are like, "Oh, is that the Outlander dress behind you?" And I'm like, No." And then I'm watching Outlander. I'm like, "Holy crap, that does look like your dress." She's like, "I guess that was my inspiration, I guess." And it was like, "Oh my gosh, that's insane." But yeah, so she made that completely from scratch and no
I
pattern at
wish
all. And I'm like,
like
"Wow."
she's an inspiration then
Yeah.
because I suck at using patterns and I like to do stuff without patterns. But like everybody I talk to is like, no, you have to use the pattern. You just have to. And I'm just like, okay,
Yeah, she was legit because before she had the body form, she was just like putting it on. She's like, "Okay, let's pin
that's
it
what I
here," and
do.
she's like, "I think this is good in the
That's
length."
what I do.
You know, yeah, that's exactly what she does. And same thing with my Link cosplay. She was basically just putting material on me and cutting it around me, and I'm like, "What in the world? What are you doing, woman?" It's like it's pretty funny. But that's the good thing about cosplay is you figure out like different things of what works and what doesn't work. So if you could go back in time and into the 16-year-old uh Patty cosplay, what would you tell her about cosplay?
Do not worry that it's not perfect. It will not always be perfect. Do not judge yourself and do not be harsh on yourself.
Yeah, I think that's a lot of people. We have all these campaigns that we have to launch in the cosplay community. Like, for instance, the very first one was cosplay does not equal consent. And whereas, have you ever had that situation where people come up to you and just be totally inappropriate with you?
Thankfully, no.
Knock on
I'm
wood.
I'm thankful that no one's like come up to me or and touched me in any way. I'm very happy about that.
Yeah. Yeah, and in the new campaign, it's more positive,
Hmm.
whereas it doesn't matter how small or tall you are, or how skinny or fat you are, or if you're male or female, you can be a
Yeah,
cosplayer. And
yeah,
and that's the good thing about it is we're starting to go into more accepting of cosplaying and everything.
yeah,
Uh,
and I like that.
yeah. So, have you ever worn your cosplay out in public, and what was the reaction?
Uh, I've wore cosplays out in public a lot. Recently I wore a panther out for a mini photo shoot. Um, Reactions in a costume like this are going to be more like, "What the fuck is she wearing?" or like, "Wow, I'm gonna follow her into a parking garage."
Yeah. One of those like and like you said, if you've got it, flaunt it, but always be
Mhm.
wary of the
Yeah,
comments that you're gonna make. Of course, yeah, because you see somebody in a Catwoman outfit, you're like, hey,
yeah,
I remember Catwoman, you know, and so that's the whole thing is you. There's so many versions of the Catwoman and so many versions of the Batman and there's so many versions of the Joker that
Yeah.
so if I saw Heath Ledger's Joker walking around, I'd be kind of scared. I'm like, why is he walking around like that? You but I remember I was at a gas station. We were on our way to a convention, and I had to get gas. I'm sorry, but I was in full Spider-Man outfit, and I just walk in. I'm like mask and all. I'm like 20 on 6, and this old guy's like, "Why?" And I'm like, "Why not?"
Yeah, I mean, I've been there. I've actually wore Lady Seal into a gas station,
Hmm.
and it is not fun when you're like 4'11" wearing this long dress.
Hmm.
So you get people stepping on you and stuff, so it's very hard, but you get a lot of looks with a dress like that in a gas station.
You're 4'11".
Yeah, I like to pretend I'm 5 foot sometimes.
There you go. There you go. You could say I'm 5 foot, 5 foot 10. Put hey with heels you can be 5'5", right?
Exactly.
It doesn't matter. So, like the campaign says, it doesn't matter how tall or short you are.
Exactly.
Cosplay what you want.
Hmm.
So, of course, you like to make your own cosplays. So have you ever bought a cosplay in last minute?
No, I am a very anxious person, so I plan things 6 months before I have to,
So
and I
no
start.
no con crunching.
No, I start. I mean, I guess I have once. I mean, it was a cape. I was making Christmas Starsha. I was making a
Okay.
cape, but like I made it like months before, and like I got lazy, and then I stopped making it. But like, it wasn't like me in the hotel like stitching it fast or anything.
Yeah.
It was maybe like a week or so beforehand.
Yeah, it's funny because a lot of people, that I've talked to, they're either ADHD or they're under depression or anxiety or some other medical condition that is diagnosed. And it's funny because do you feel that cosplay can create that or do you think cosplay helps that?
I think cosplay helps that because I'm going to use me as an example. I'm a very anxious person always, and I overthink a lot. And if I'm super comfortable in a character, let's say Naruto, I've
Hmm.
cosplayed Naruto
Yeah.
a very long time. I was super comfortable in Naruto that it was like an off switch for my anxiety, and I was able to run up to other cosplayers from Naruto and was like, "Oh my god, let's just hang out," or like, "Let's take pictures," or like, something like that. I
Nice.
was anxious and not anxious. I was like a very outgoing person in Naruto, so I was more comfortable, and I think
Nice.
other people are the same way.
That's pretty cool. So, what is have you ever done any character makeup before?
What do you mean?
Like Starfire or She-Hulk or where you have full on character makeup.
Um, I mean, I recently tried Sally from Nightmare Before Christmas.
Okay.
It's
Tried.
not too crazy and it's not the best, but I tried it out and like the face paint I have is awful. Thanks Spirit of Halloween. But
Yeah, yeah. I don't know.
yeah, that was my mistake.
You always got to go to actual makeup shops.
Oh yeah, I've learned that because I'm not very big with the face paint. I try to stay away from that just
Oh,
because I really don't know how to do it.
you're in college, so just go up to the theater people. Just hey, what's your makeup? What's your makeup use?
The
Yeah.
college I'm at actually doesn't have like a theater program.
Shame, shame.
Yeah,
It's okay though. So, what are you
yeah,
studying? College
nursing.
nursing. Oh yes, of
Yeah,
course. There's not gonna be. Yeah. Well,
I, I'm
appreciate your service. We need first responders and
right.
and essential employees and everything. So
Yeah.
that's that's pretty scary because it's like I work in a prison, so
Ooh,
and so I deal with crooks all day, and so we always have to wear our mask and everything like that, and so
yeah.
it's just like it's pretty crazy. Um, so in your opinion, what makes a cosplayer a professional cosplayer?
Um, when they get the blue check mark, other than that, I don't really
I
count
think that's
anybody
that.
as professional or
I would
not
have to
professional.
agree. I would have to agree on that. When ching, you're professional. There you go. You got
Yeah,
that
other than
verified. You got that verified. All right.
exactly. Other than that, I think anybody can be a professional or amateur or whatever you want to be called.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So, in your opinion, what is your favorite thing about cosplay?
The community. I think everybody who's actually into the cosplay and has been for a while, they're very open to arms about new people joining. And um, I've never seen anybody like bully other people for cosplaying in the community, which is great.
That's
I
good.
normally just see everybody just like give tips if they need tips or like advice or something like that. And I think that's probably my favorite part.
Yeah. And also in the actual community, there's no creeps. That's what I
Yeah,
like to see. I like to see that. And it's like, where it's like, yay, no creeps. We're all one people.
yeah, that's
However,
my
like everything, there's evil to everything. And so,
favorite.
what are some bad things about cosplay that you've seen?
I've seen people either compare themselves to other cosplayers or look at another person who has the same cosplay on and was like, wow, mine's better than that. You're missing that, or something like that. And I think that's probably the worst thing to do or tell somebody in front of them, or either behind their back.
Yeah, I always hate seeing people who are dressed like me because I'm like, oh, I'm missing that. Oh, I'm missing
Yeah,
that.
that's what I do
Oh, dang it. I'm going to go make that right now. No.
I do that
Yeah,
too, especially with like Panther.
yeah.
The cosplay, I have a small torso,
Yeah.
and this cosplay is actually very long. So it's
Congrats.
like, there's like a bulge or like a big piece in the middle, and like my first thing was like, does everybody have this? And now I'm like, I have to fix it, but I
Yeah,
can't because of
yeah,
the fabric.
yeah. There's so many things that we can upgrade and make
Mhm.
better. Right now my wife and I are going over on how to make the accessories that Link has. The boomerang and the jar with the fairy in it and everything like that. And because we went old style Link like NES, and so I'm like, here's all the things that Link carries in the video game, so we need to have
Mhm.
all these available,
Yeah.
and so it's fun. But of course, one thing that cosplayers always hate is the lack of pockets.
Yes.
So do you
Yes.
do you like to sew pockets into your cosplays, or do you just go, I
Um,
guess I'm just gonna have somebody carry my stuff?
the second one definitely. I usually bring a book bag,
Yeah, okay.
and I put all my crap in there, and I'm like, "Hey, boyfriend, carry this."
Yep, he's the handler, right? He's the
Yeah.
handler. No, exactly, and that's the duty of the boyfriend. I would say. There's always the funny meme of there was a video of dating a cosplayer, and it was the girl was the cosplayer, the boyfriend was not, and it was just like so many things of what she goes through and he has to go through, and yeah, it's really hilarious. So during the pandemic, do you think you have more time to concentrate on your cosplay now, or do you feel that it's just like now
I
I have too much time on my hands?
um I guess both. At first, it was more like I have all this time, and I picked up other projects I decided to start on, and then the more into it, I was like, I have so much time, I don't want to work on it. So I think in the past week or two, I've kind of got lazy with all my fixing and like altering and stuff. So now I'm kind of just like, I've been lazy. Please don't hate me.
No, I think if you want to become that professional cosplayer, it's very hard because you constantly have to post. Look at Jessica Nigri, the Mean Queen. She posts all the time. Different things and everything,
It's
and
crazy.
it's insane how people have the time to actually do this and everything like that. And
And
so
especially like the funds too, because a lot of funds go into the cosplays as well, and
yeah,
or like
exactly.
fixing it, or like not fixing it, or like making it. There's still a lot of funds and a lot of time to make all of this.
So in your opinion, what's the hardest thing about cosplay?
Um,
So sorry, go ahead.
no, that's okay. I think I don't know. I don't find really anything hard about it.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
nothing's hard about cosplay.
I don't know. I don't feel like it is. I mean,
That's good.
if you're new, I guess the hardest thing would just be comparing yourself to other cosplayers or something.
Just getting into it and starting, like knowing where to start with it.
Yeah.
So how did you know where to start with it? Was it because of your cousin? Or he was helping you with knowing where to get supplies and everything?
We actually both kind of started at the same time. She had 1 year more experience than I did, but my aunt had made it.
Mm,
So we both kind of just were looking online and we found this site called AliExpress. And then for years we ordered
mm.
our stuff from there. And then as we kind of like grew, we found better sites that were just for cosplays.
Nice. So do you have um when you buy wigs, do you like to buy them pre-styled or do you like to style them on your own?
If I can get them pre-styled, that'd be great. But if I can't, I usually pre-style them. Not pre-style. I style them myself.
Now the question is that your real hair?
No, I
Yeah,
wish it was good.
yeah. Everybody wishes they had the long hair and everything, but to upkeep long hair, it's near to impossible.
It is. I have long hair, not as long as this, but it's pretty long. It's not as thick or as blonde as I wish it was, but
Eh, maybe one day, you never
yeah.
know. So, yeah. So, if there's anything that you would like to tell your fans that might watch the rebroadcast, what would you say to them?
Please don't think I'm an anxiety-full person. Please.
Even if you are, it's okay because a lot of people, like I said, every cosplayer I've talked to, and we've done, I think, you're our 28th, no, 29th cosplayer that I've interviewed. Everyone has some part of an anxiety or depression or like ADHD and everything. And I think that just goes with the thing. If you're a very extroverted person in cosplay, you're also like internally introverted, whereas like, and
Yeah,
coming out of your shell helps you a lot. So
it
yeah,
does.
it's no worries on that. Like, everybody has some sort of condition nowadays, and
Right.
you know, whereas back in the '90s for me, it's if you had it, you had it, and you lived with it. And now there's a way of controlling it and like kind of mellowing you out a little bit. It's okay though. That's the great thing about cosplay is it gets you a release of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, do you also like to play video games then, I take it?
Yes.
Yeah, a lot of cosplayers also like to video game and stream
Yeah.
and everything like that.
I'm more video game person now. Especially with cosplays and more anime.
Hmm.
But video games are where it's at.
Yep, exactly. So, I'd like to thank you for coming on to the show.
Of course, thank you for having
And
me.
and like always, it's always fun to getting to know cosplayers in a more like deeper way of saying, hey, like, where did you get? Why would you even do this to yourself? Because yeah, there are so many cosplayers out there that put their blood, sweat, and tears into every costume they make, and you're just like, why torture yourself like that? It's like because of this. This is the outcome. It's like I made this. And it's pretty
Yeah.
cool. I think for the younger generation, it's really cool to start off young because
It
you're
is.
you're learning so many things now. For people who are older and getting into it, they're like, okay, I know how to do this. I just don't want to do this, type of
Yeah.
thing, you know. But it's part of the whole creation process. So
Mhm.
once again, thank you for coming on to the show, and yeah, I wish you all the luck in your future cosplays.
Thank you. I wish you luck with your show.
All right, so take care of yourself and have a very nice afternoon or
You
evening
too.
for you, right? All
All right. Bye bye.
right.